window and door frame time. Got a couple done already. This is just the outer frame. That's our bedroom window. Nice big one overlooking the bush. Just mitering them all. I mean, I'm no welder, but I can glue some metal together, so it might be watertight. Yeah, just mitering each corner. Then with a bit of box section like this, stuff down here. It's going to be inlaid in there all around the inside edge, and then you get the point. Once it's in there, the window's going to be stuck in from the outside in up against that edge. A bit of foam tape on there, and then bead of polyurethane around it once these are all painted. Yeah. And then tonight, going to start marking out where windows go. Those three will be vertical through here for the lounge room, bedroom, like I said. That's the kids' bedroom windows. The black steel is for the main bifold door, which would be roughly where that rack is. And the longer lengths, which I didn't get around to cutting down to size, that's going to be the bathroom window, which at this stage is planned to go in here in these doors. I'm not 100% yet. We'll see how that pans out. Yeah. What do you think, Buster? Yes? Got the old wire wheel on the grinder. Sort of just polishing up each weld, I suppose. Get rid of some of the burnt paint and so on. And then we'll paint over it. Tight gaps where can't get the grinder in there. These little drill brush fittings. And they go better in an impact driver, but get like a packet of different bits and pieces. They get in there, do the same thing. Better for tighter spaces. Got most of them sprayed up today. Took a bit of adjusting on the gun to get used to it. Bathroom one's done. Doorway's half done, got to do the top tomorrow, and then those three in there need to be done. Yeah, use a lot more paint than I thought, so I don't think the little 1 litre of black will get me very far, but I was hoping to be enough, but we'll see how we go. Getting some paint on the window frames. Supervisor's on site though, so I've got to get back to work. That's a wrap on the painting. Didn't go to town painting the inside. I don't need to. Just had to make sure that these corners were good, really, and obviously the outside. The idea is that stud frame's going to go in there, gyprock's going to come across, and then I'll have a painted pine capping, I suppose, there, and then butt it up against the window, so you're not even probably going to see any of that. It's more just to add rust proofing, I suppose. But yeah, got them all done. Same with the door frame here. Didn't really go to town on the inside. That's going to be not seen. Same with all these ones. These are opening windows. Frameworks are obviously going to come across to here and stop. So we'll probably see the inside edge of this one. I'm not sure how that's going to work out yet. I haven't really thought that far ahead. But yeah, they're all good. Had a bit of extra paint. So we went a little bit over the top on the outside part. The black really highlights the dents. But is what it is. See if the wife likes it. Went around yesterday with this. It's a polyurethane sealant, can paint over it, UV resistant, all that good stuff. Went around the outsides in here, letting that dry overnight. Did the I-beam on the roof join too, at the very top, so no water condensation or whatever can run in underneath the colorbond roof that's going to be on top, can run in and drip down and get in the house. Don't want that. So yeah, gone through on the outside edges, tied it all up nice. It's a good seal. And then today, now that it's cured, and you can see it seeping through in places. Where's a better example? Here. So you can see we've got a good amount in there. And then today I'm just going around the back, sealing the back up, and we should be 100% watertight, which would be good. Well, that's the theory anyway. See how we go. Little tip for those playing at home, you can see I've cut the nozzle on an angle. It allows me to get a wider profile on the cork, or a skinny profile. If you can see that gap down there, you can get it right in there, or I can have it wide going right across everything. Call that tip 1. Tip 2, when you're putting your silicone or whatever you're using in, if you roll it back a bit, sort of the same as welding, principles for welding, I suppose. That way you're actually pushing the silicone or whatever into the joint. This isn't seen, so it's definitely not going to be the neatest job ever. But by doing this, I don't need to really run my finger over it afterwards. I know it's already pushed in. And yeah, it should be sweet. So the theory goes. But you can see I've done the same on the outside. And you get little bits where it's pushed through the gap, which is what we wanted to see. Well, I can see daylight through that bit, so that's not very good. I went there too. I've got to fix those up, but the rest of it is like I just said. I did the outside of that one in the direct sunlight yesterday. It was like a 35-degree day, 34, whatever it was. And it looks like it's just sort of shrunk back as it's cured, just in a few little spots, but the rest of it looks okay. So we'll go through on the inside now and finish her off. It's all done now. Didn't do the bottoms. I don't really need to worry about sideways rain too much and rain going up. Yeah, should be okay. But once I'm gluing these and that in this weekend, hopefully that's the plan. Get them in there, and then once they're all sealed up and the glue's cured for those, I plan on doing a water test. So I'll just squirt it with a hose, give it a good close-up spray on the outside, and we'll see if there's any leaks. I'm about 76% confident there won't be, but that's what that'll be for, to find out, and then we can fix them. Next little job, I've gone through and like the doors are a bit horrible. You can sort of see through the bottom of that one. All down here is a bit rusty. These obviously need to seal pretty well to also be watertight. So I've cleaned up the rusty bits. My intentions are that I'll use some of that same sealant. I'm going to put it on the door seals all the way around, shut the doors and latch them in place, and then they should stay there indefinitely. And then I've got some just there, some expanding foam. I'm going to go around in the rest of the gaps. Once that glue's cured, go around the gaps, seal that off. This one here, I've got to do the same. I didn't really think about it before I put this window in, but I probably should have done the same little rust touch-ups and stuff. But is what it is. And then this gap here. So we sealed on that I-beam, like I said before, yesterday. But now I've got expanding foam that I'd like to try and get into that little gap. I don't know how much is going to stay in there and how much is going to end up on my face. We'll soon find out. And then obviously that gap, that needs to be addressed. And same on this end here. There. Next jobs. Well, I thought I was recording that, but I didn't. But I've got glue on this one door now, all sealed shut forever. But obviously it was a good seal. There's glue pushed out all the way around, which is what I wanted to see. There is a couple of speed holes in this one. So maybe animals can live in there. But yeah, you can see a good glue seep. I can't really block the light. Yeah, all the way up, which is good. And then around the top, I don't know if you can see that or not. That's how tall I am. Yeah, all good.